Good evening and welcome back to Be Rich. My nephew, good friend, is back from university. Like I told you, he is going to be here for an extended period of time. Yesterday we discussed Carl Icahn, and today we have lost another great investor. He died 2 days back, a personal favorite of mine, but I have never discussed him in any of the YouTube channels.
Maybe Tattva Pecha next.
Maybe I will talk to him about in Tattva Pecha, but an extraordinary man has taken his leave from the world. His name is, of course, Sam Zeel. He is one of the real estate kings, and he didn't make money in real estate when interest rates were very
Very
low
low.
between 2000 and 2020. The man made billions much before that when interest rates were very high. And in spite of being so sick, he made it a point to come to television. And you can see a lot of his videos in YouTube for the last 2 months. And repeatedly, Sam Zeel has been saying only one thing: keep the damn rates high.
Yeah.
Keep increasing. He was no past, no nonsense. He said keep it going higher and higher till it comes to 2%. He said let's have a short, brutal recession where there is a lot of pain, but the pain is for a very short period of time, 3 to 6 months. And let us have a good old-fashioned recession. Not very popular. A lot of people in Twitter and other social pages have abused him very unfairly and blamed him for the failure of Chicago Tribune, which we will also discuss. And he wrote an essay called The Grave Dancer of Chicago, and he gave himself that name. So we will find out who is the grave dancer of Chicago. Okay, why I respect this man enormously. His parents were Polish Jews who just managed to escape before Hitler came into Poland. And this man was born 4 months later. That is, he was
1941.
1941. He was born. His mom was pregnant when she landed in US. 4 months down the line, he was born. So he's an Holocaust survivor, though in the womb of his mother. And his father was a very successful businessman and stock operator. This man was capable of doing business from a very early age. He bought magazines, which I cannot name here, in downtown Chicago, brought it and sold it in his prep school at 100% markup. He was a strict Jew, very successful man, and he studied in Michigan and Ann Arbor. And after his time was over, his close friend Laurie passed away. He and Laurie's widow created the School for Entrepreneurial Studies at the Ann Arbor University. And they called it the Sam Zeel and Laurie School for Entrepreneurship. These are the broad details, but I will allow my good friend to fill in with the juice part of it and make you understand why he was such a remarkable man. Over to you, Shash.
Yeah. You pretty much recounted his life overall. So he was the son of two Polish immigrants into the U.S. and they were basically escaping the Holocaust. And moreover, as you said, very much like our friend Warren Buffett, maybe with different goods, but very much like our friend Warren Buffett, who went around on a paper route and also sold Coca-Cola on a markup. Our friend was selling magazines on a markup, and he understood the arbitrage of buying it a low cost of living area and then selling it up above to your rich friends. So he has been touted to have a keen business sense from when he was young. So all throughout his life, he's been known as this person who's wonderful at making deals and finding out arbitrage opportunities. So his classic way of making money is to figure it's very much like Oak Tree Capital. It's to find distressed assets, mainly real estate, buy it, turn it around, and sell it for a profit. That's what Zell has been doing, and that's where he made most of his money. And he quit his professional degree and he decided to go completely into real estate because he made a lot of money through it. And slowly he started making huge deals in real estate. And his biggest deal was just before the 2008 crash, when he created a real estate group, REIT, and then he sold all the properties to BlackRock for $39 billion right before the crash. So he timed that extremely well. And then afterwards, he bought, the Chicago Tribune, and he bought the Chicago Baseball Club, and he bought one other company now, which I'm forgetting, but basically the Los Angeles Times. So
It had Los Angeles Times, several newspapers together, some radio stations, TV stations.
Yes.
plus the baseball club. And he bought it in a highly leveraged deal, hoping to pay off
Yeah.
by making this whole thing profitable and pay off that leverage bet. Unfortunately for him, two things happened. 2008 happened,
Yeah.
which meant advertisements dropped. And so when advertisements collapsed, he could not pay the interest. And when he could not pay interest and principal on the loans that leverage, he tried selling the baseball club and some assets
Yeah.
to bring down debt. He could not because, like your good friend Irving Fisher taught us that in a crisis like 2008, the value of the asset can plummet.
But the
Value
value
of
of
debt
debt
remains
remains
the
the
same.
same. So the real value of your debt goes up.
So the real value of debt goes up, and that's what happened to Sam Zale.
Yeah.
He got into a tailspin. The valuations of his assets all turned out to be wrong, so he had to sell, and all the selling could not help him. So he had to
Borrow.
borrow.
His Chicago Tribune company ended up with $13 billion in loss. Debt, sorry.
Debt, and then he had to declare for bankruptcy.
Yeah.
Personally, he lost about 300, $400 million. Not a small amount. For him, it was a small thing.
Yeah.
But he had hedged his position carefully, and he still died with $5.3 billion. So everybody now blames him for what he did to Chicago Tribune. I don't think anybody could have saved Chicago Tribune.
Yeah.
Only thing is over leveraging made sure that
That fell quicker than it had to.
fell quicker than what it happened. And also at that time, like Buffett sold all his newspaper holdings. Even this newspaper holdings wouldn't have come because it was too quick. The shift from paper to digital in the US was extremely very quick. And he couldn't, I'm sure he didn't read that also.
Yeah.
So it was an impossible situation to turn around. The difference between him and Icahn, who we discussed yesterday, is he quickly understood that he had to get out of it, and he got out of it. When people accused him of being only a real estate chap, he said that he has only 25% of his money was made in real estate. The balance 75% was made in equity. So he wrote a book called Am I Being Too Subtle? In that he discusses all his big deals. So there are a lot of equity deals which he has done. But his way of doing things is basically like buying the company with leverage, turning it around and selling it. He has done it several times and he has done it very profitably. The REIT which he created was the biggest REIT in America, which he sold to Blackstone, like you said, for $39 million. He still had, I think, about $5.3 billion at death, most of it in property, commercial, and some equity positions and other things. But the man called himself the grave dancer. He wrote an essay, which I'm sure you'll fish out and read, which he wrote. Because he said, I was dancing on the bones of deals, bad deals made by others. That people who made deals and it went bad, the company or the real estate sunk, and there's no way it could be retrieved. He would go in and with cash, buy it very cheap, assume some debt, turn around and sell for a profit. He was not a value investor. Though what he was doing was deep value investing.
Yeah.
He called himself an opportunist.
But he used leverage. Which value investors generally don't avoid.
But he understood interest rate cycles very well. And he also, by listening to many of his interviews, I'm very clear that he was kept on warning that this party will end badly. He's not here to see the end of this party. But if Jerome Powell keeps kicking the can, thinking...
And what Warren Buffett said is true. He said that in your life, there'll be 5 to 6 good deals.
Yes.
That's all you can expect. And if you don't hit, that's the baseball batting pitch which he talks about. He says that you want to hit everything in this region.
Yes.
Everything else you leave it.
Yes.
This region, when it comes, you whack it out of the park.
And Zale was very good at it.
Yeah.
He might have missed one or two.
Yeah.
But he was pretty good at doing most of this.
And Buffett also admits that sometimes you think it's right up your alley, and it's a spin ball or a curve ball which it doesn't come right there.
So
you can't blame a man for one bad deal when he has 6 other ones.
But it did, and people blamed him. But in death, we forgive all.
Yeah.
But he was a remarkable man. Like Sashwath says, one day we will discuss him in Tattva page. Thank you for watching. Be rich. If you like this video, turn on the bell notification and subscribe to our channel. If you do not turn on the bell notification, you will not be notified every time we put out a video. Once again, I thank you for your support for BH. We had a meeting in Singapore. I was very pleased with the results. Indians received me with great love and affection, and I enjoyed my time in Singapore. The meeting was a big success, and I could meet up people from various walks of life. I miss going to Kuala Lumpur, which is very close to Singapore, just 4 hours drive, and I have been asked to come there. So, my team decided on the 11th of June, Sunday, we would do an event in Kuala Lumpur. If you would like to meet me in Kuala Lumpur, kindly send a message at the WhatsApp number given below, and or drop a mail to the mail ID given below. My team would contact you at earliest. Once again, I thank you for your support for Be Rich. It's a great privilege and honor that so many of you in thousands have subscribed to my channel and have supported me. I have written 2 books in English, The Alchemy of Money and Ordinary Stocks, Extraordinary Profits. These books are published by us and are ready. If you want to procure a copy, send us a message to the WhatsApp number given below and my team would respond to you. If you want an Amazon Kindle copy, you can click the link below. Finally, those who wish to consult with me can send a mail to berichenglish@gmail.com. Once again, I thank you for your support. If you like this video, press the subscribe button of my channel, hit the like button and turn on the bell notification.